Hello, everyone. Okay, how are you all doing today? Welcome back to Tarot Playdate. I'm doing a little something different today, so you'll have to bear with me because we have had so many issues with the YouTube cutting out my stream halfway through. I am trying this today from StreamYard. So everybody's saying good vibes, good thoughts, and hopefully all is going well here. And hopefully you can all see me. Really hoping you can all see me. Because otherwise I'm totally doing it wrong. All right, I think I'm doing it all right. All right, let me say hello to everyone. So already kind of first things first, I'm kind of doing a mismatch where I have the StreamYard studio up, but I want to have your comments from the regular YouTube chat. They're just easier to read. All right, let me say hello to Simon from the Hermit's Cave, first one in the room. Hello. Hi, Patrice and Val, Jennifer Ball. Let's see. Oh, you guys are chatting. Elizabeth, hello, hello. Kristen, hi. Richard, Longman Tarot, nice to see you. Susie Gemini is here. Pamela Ramsey. Okay, scrolling. Elle, good morning. I can say good morning to Elle because she gets up same time I do. Let's see who else is here. Tarot Tales, hi, Jax. Neem, Essence 818. I'm glad you love Playdate. That makes me really happy. Somebody's saying hi to Hen. I didn't see Hen yet either. Okay, let's see. Stephanie Johnson is here. Welcome. If this is your first time, it's great. I hope you enjoy this. We have Gracia here. Nice to see you. Tyken Light Moon. Oh my gosh. Okay, scrolling. John T is here. White Tree Tarot. Jackie Jacaranda. Hello. Okay, hopefully I'm not missing anyone. Chris, Elemental Cartomancy. Susie, good morning. Oh, have I made it? I've almost made it. Aquarius Owl is here. Ginger Faye, Oak Mama, Shane. Oh, repeat audio? Okay, oh, it's not me. Okay, good, it's not me. Emily Tarot's Magic, hello. Okay, did I say hi to everyone? If I missed you, feel free to wave. All right, let me take this cute little banner off. It was fun to play with. And let's get started with our Tarot Playdate. Okay, so the one thing you're really going to have to bear with me on is when you stream live on YouTube, the image, like the image in the viewfinder is mirrored, and on StreamYard it is not. So I'm going to be playing with trying to like hold up the cards and hopefully not mess this up. Whispers Healing with my ancestors. Asha, hello. Corbin, hi. That's okay. At least you're here. I know it's hard to chat on the phone. Susan of Light and Shadow. Psychically Yours. Okay. All right. So last week, real quick recap before we move on to this week's card. 5 of Cups. I mean, was there ever a 5 of Cups week? For any of you know what's been going on my channel, you know, I had a 5 of Cups week, but let me tell you, I really was able to focus on those 2 upright cups, right? Like so much good stuff kind of came over. So I really didn't spend too much time staring down at those 3 spilled cups. Now, how about the rest of you? I did see lots of posts of different 5 of Cups cards. We had a few people tackle the activity. Thank you, Elle, for leading that charge. She is much better at doing our homework than I am, frankly, so thank you, Elle. Patrice, I saw you participated in that. It was really an interesting activity. And in all honesty, I really found myself using the 5 of Cups sort of in my personal life for that activity. So Oak Mama's predicting a major. I actually have a card that I predicted as well. And what is funny about that is that card was the one Simon pulled yesterday in CC&C. Does anybody remember what that one was? All right, Kim is here. Hi, Kim. Nice to see you. All right, so we do have at least one newbie here, and I don't know, we might have some others. No, not the Hermit. I know that's what you're wishing for, though. Yes, Shane. I feel like the Star, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, any other guesses? In the meantime, let's gather our list of 5 questions that we want to answer with this week's card. As always, please do put it in all caps for me so that I don't miss it. All right, and we're going to play with StreamYard a little bit here so that I can maybe keep it up on the stream or on the screen. Shane wants the moon. All right, you guys. Let's see if our, what's the word I want? Our not old hat, our veteran play daters can show us how we do it. All right, here we go. Simon first asks here, how can we prepare ourselves with new changes coming? I like that. Thank you, Simon. How can we, and again, I'm gathering 5 questions. Well, this is really nice for me because I can leave that right up on the screen and I can see it with new changes coming. All right, question number 2, we have, hi, Kay. Hi, C-Cat. Everybody else. Oh, Marina joined us as well. Anybody else who joined us? All right, from, oh, wait, don't jump. All right, from Ginger Faye, we have, nope, I almost missed it. I got it. I got you, Emily. All right, so from Emily, we have, how can we move through this week with care and consideration for others around us? I stumbled on that. How can we move? Thank you so much for bringing your questions. Okay, move, even with it on the screen. Move through this week with care and consideration. I ran out of room. Consideration for others around us. Okay. Question number 3 from Ginger Faye. What magical energy will come this week? Ooh, what magical energy? Hopefully good magical energy will come this week. And then see what else we've got here. Oh, no jumpy. All right, Tower Buddy, seems we're on the same page again. Oh, you guys, are you predicting the star as well or hoping for it? Hi, Jonathan. How can I rebalance this week? Well, let's share that with the rest of the folks, Richard, and we'll say, how can we rebalance this week? And you know I'm a fan of that. Always with the balance. How can we, do I have 5? I'm probably behind, so, and hopefully I didn't miss anyone. I'm using the StreamYard chat at the moment, so I won't see if the mods have highlighted anything that I missed. Okay, I think, oh, did Kay ask one that's not in caps here? How are we? Okay, I think I caught it though. All right. I got you, Kay, in spite. Okay. How are we best able to help the children? How are we best able to help the children with the changing world? Some of those children are adults, though. We know this, right? Okay, that's an interesting one. So from Kay, we have, how are we, all right, I have 5. Thank you, everyone. How are we able to help the children? Not all of us are around children, but that doesn't mean we can't be helping with the changing world. I imagine that's really a challenge right now for people who have young children. Okay, anyone else that came in? Hello, Betsy. All right, so Betsy, I see you had a, oops, let me take that off the screen there. I saw you have a question, so if you're here next week, bring them back to me next week. I'm always looking for those questions, and all caps always helps make sure I don't miss them. Yes, you work with young children, and some are having difficulty focusing. You know, and does anybody else, like, I find it right now, I'm so good at focusing at work, and I really have to work at it these days. All right, let me bring this over here so I can read these while I shuffle. Okay, so our ever-shrinking deck from Simon. How can we prepare ourselves with the new changes coming? or with new changes coming. Emily, how can we move through this week with care and consideration for others around us? From Ginger, what magical energy will come this week? From Richard, Longman Tarot, how can we rebalance this week? Oh, yeah, I need rebalancing. Okay, how are we able to help the children with this changing world? Oh, we haven't had the Fool yet either, that's for sure. All right, we've got some predictions. Oh, it's getting harder and harder to riffle this thing. How can we prepare ourselves with the new changes coming? Sorry, we have to do overhand and then we have to riffle. It's a thing. What magical energy will come this week? How can we rebalance this week? And how are we able to help the children with the changing world? All right, let's see what we got. You know, we never get what we want. We always get what we need. Oh, did I say? What? That is hilarious. I'm feeling all intuitive. All right, the star. All right, who was with me on the star? Was that Patrice and Elle? Yeah. It had to be this card. I'm just telling you. All right, let me get this set aside here. I have a whole new setup. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I completely rearranged my room yesterday, and I'm on the opposite wall. And we need to get our melanated star. Yeah, we did it. We manifested a star. We sure did. I saw it come up yesterday when Simon was shuffling during CCNC. I thought, we are supposed to get the star this week in Playdate. And then he pulled the card in CCNC, and now we pulled it in Playdate. Like, there's a reason this is happening. I'm just telling you. Look at this gorgeous star. Oh my gosh. That every time, every week, that melanated classic just really, really blows me away. All right, so why don't you tell me first impressions, first thoughts? What do you think? All right, let me move this. Oh, I can move this over. That's cool. Okay, I'm still playing with the StreamYard. First impressions. All right, so yay, we did it. Ooh, yay, yes, yes, yay, stars, wowzer. Wow. Okay, let's see if I'm missing. I'm looking back in the chat just to kind of get all your thoughts while I was busy like exclaiming over the star actually coming to fruition. Aquarius Al literally flipped my book open and stopped on the star before you pulled. See, I'm telling you. Shall you type what you just said yesterday, Simon? You know, it's funny though, the way that you interpreted that, Simon, was so different than how I was reading it. But yes, do share your thoughts on that, because that was just kind of your general reading for the week, if you remember it. Deeply melanated, yes, which I love. Like, there's so many different skin tones and whatnot throughout this whole deck, and I just think that's more representative, which I really appreciate. 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the land, right? We're talking about that balance. You know, we'll get to that with the questions, but focus on your dreams. You'll get there, said Simon. Yes. Oh, yeah. Good summary of what you said yesterday. Chris said, the stars will reheal from the events of the tower. Very timely indeed. It's like that glimmer of hope when everything is feeling effed up. Hope. Oh, that's always the word that comes to mind when I see this card. Like that right there to me epitomizes the meaning of this card, if you're going to break it down to be super simple. Emily says she's so much more liberated than Temperance. She's naked and there's this emancipation to it. Be sure to balance our grounding and our head in the clouds energy, says Ginger. Stephanie, peaceful. Love the star, says Asha. Sage Advice Tarot, nice to see you. We just pulled the card. You're not even hardly late. That doesn't even count as late. Elizabeth, after the destruction of the tower, the star comes with optimism. Exactly. Pamela Ramsey says, I've never noticed the bird on the tree. What does the bird signify? Oh, we're going to get into those symbols. Yes, we are. We're going to dive into this. The majors always give us so much to work with. Kristen Louise, did I say hi to you, by the way? If not, hello. Step into your intuition. Simon says, stars, guidance, and hope, long before we had compasses. Right, that's how people navigated, right? The sun and the stars. and the moon, I suppose. Shanti Diva, hello. Kay says, oh, wait, you're talking about these times. Simon says, the star points to where we should be heading. Drop of Golden Tarot, hello. Sailors guided themselves back home by the stars. As long as they could see the stars, they were not lost. So hope, a way home, right? And that's kind of what Simon was saying too. Sagittarius, bringing in the astrological correspondence. Stephen, hi Stephen. Wendy's here, hi Wendy. I always see this as saying it's time to test the waters. Oh, that's interesting. Alana, hello. See, nobody's, 15 minutes. That's not hardly late. We go for a while. Elle says, you have survived all of your most darkest days so far. You can do this. Oh, you know I love that quote, girl. You know I love that one. Becca, hi, Becca. Emily says, there's a quiet knowledge that all will be well. Feeling into that intuitive understanding and finding the light inside. Ooh, I love that. Orientation, says Oak Mama. Simon says, it's a sign that we are moving in the right direction. Exactly. Asha says, balancing out hope, standing up to finally start to build on our goals. Yes, we got the start, which was predicted by yours truly, Becca. And Simon pulled it yesterday in CCNC. Okay, okay, so one of the things too that I think that I always think about with this card, it definitely is about the hope, but it's also that gentle reminder, and it's a loving reminder. You know, if you've been through the tough times of the tarot, if things feel really upside down, this just brings such a feeling of peace. Shanti says, healing from heaven, ? Wendy, it's her foot in the water that always makes me think of time to test the waters. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. I've never really thought about that. Oh my gosh, words. About it like that. Wonderful sentence. Stephen says, connecting with the macro reflected within. Oh, interesting. Jonathan says, the star is sister to Temperance as they share similar symbols. Like Temperance, the star has two vessels and has 1 foot on land and 1 foot on water. Yes, very much similar. Gracia, a lot of culture references to the star of Bethlehem, being born under a lucky star, and the idea of being a start. Keep on track, says Simon. Yay, we got the star. I'm not going to tell you yet which decks I have. She's pouring water onto dry land and into the water, subconscious. Oh, so that's interesting. So do we look at that as being the conscious versus the subconscious? Interesting. Wendy says, well-grounded, yet in touch with emotions, i.e. the land and the water. Emily says, yes, it does. Oh, but I thought, didn't I have that, Wendy? I think I fixed it. See, Emily says, yes, it does bring that feeling of peace and a reminder that we have the answers already. Kay says, troubles come and go, but the stars are always evident, hope and faith. Amethyst Ascension, hi, Rochelle. It's nice to see you in here. I always see the star card as a star seed also. Ooh, a star seed, like a planting of hope. Is that what you mean? What do you mean? That's kind of an exciting concept. I like that. Chris says, pouring into the land and into the water makes me think of revitalizing the earth, but maintaining the source too. Like when we use a tree, but plant more in its place. Oh, that's cool. T-Cat, there's something very magical and dreamy about the star. This card symbolizes wishes coming true and may also refer to universe working in your favor. This card reminds you to count your blessings. Yes, this is why this card has come to mind so much for me, right? I mean, this week, not that it has anything to do with any of the questions, but the reason that this card felt so prevalent to me this week is just the renewal of hope that I've seen in our community with all the love that has poured forth, not just in my direction, although I have been very blessed to be on the receiving end of a lot of kindness and a lot of love and a lot of support, but seeing people want to spread that and pay that forward to others, that to me just epitomizes so much of what the star means, which is why that came to mind for me this week. Jonathan said, after the great shaking of the tower, we fall down from our false beliefs and notions. What we have built has been destroyed, and we find ourselves naked by the experience, starting fresh and new. A light in our universe, said Rochelle. I'm pretty good at reading past those spelling errors, Wendy. Hi, Wood Thrush Cottage. Richard says the universe has our back. We may have been through turmoil, but we were meant to go through all that to get to this point, all in the big plan. It's all part of the journey. And there's so many lessons we can learn. So can the star also, I've never really heard of it this way, but now that you say that, can the star also be those lessons that we take forward from the upheaval that we went through with the tower? I don't know. It seems like that might make sense to me. Essence 818 Neem says the star is the light in the darkest of times. The darker it is, the brighter the stars. Very true. I love it when I can go someplace dark and see the stars. Living in the city, you just don't get to do that. But oh, it's magical. Oh wow, you guys have some thoughts. Okay, I gotta get speed reading here. The star is setting an intention. She found her voice that will allow her truth to manifest. Rochelle says, a person that has come here to plant light in our dark time right now in order to help bring about ascension, the starseed. Thank you. Thank you. I actually, you're right. I know that starseed is a term. I don't know it well. So thank you for sharing that. Pamela says, water that is poured into water moves in concentric circles. I'm like over on the side, I'm like spinning circles with my hands. All right, let's see. Water moves in concentric circles, while water poured on land appears to move in direction of least resistance. Ooh, bringing in the science. I love that. Emily, the way she pours the water directly onto or into the pool and onto the land, it shows that liberation again and how the temperance has loosened up to turn into the star. Nice. All right, Gracia, the streams of water meaning interconnectedness and the many which come together within the whole. You are not alone. It's always good to be reminded of that. TK, could you not hit the tripod? Thanks. Alana says, keeping ourselves open and vulnerable will allow for great opportunities and blessings to come through. This is often something I really tend to miss with the star is the vulnerability, right? Which, how could you miss it? but sometimes I just kind of look right past that. Maybe because that's an area I personally struggle with, being ultra vulnerable. It's a good reminder. Emily, she's not afraid to pour all the water away. Interesting. Neem says, on the Kabbalah tree of life, the path of the star is between, oh gosh, here we go with me not being able to pronounce things, Netzach, victory, and Yesod, foundation. Did I pronounce those even remotely correctly? By the way, when I did my video with the bone stone, I said Bruxa instead of Bruja. Like I'm still smacking myself in the forehead over that one. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. But I got it out here, so now I feel better. All right, the chat jumped on me again. Oak Mama, the 7 stars reference the 7 fixed stars or planets, while the largest 8th star is the source of the alchemical journey. Oh, bring that alchemical stuff into it. I always love hearing about that. Emily, she's confident enough in her she's confident enough in her position to pour it all away and give to others. When you were talking about she's not being afraid to pour out all of the water. Asha says, the star for me talks about the unconscious and the subconscious and to clear our emotions so that we can start on a new path. Yes. Jonathan, what does it mean to be naked? Being nude in these terms is not being ashamed, as many people might think in our modern society. Does the star look embarrassed that she is naked? No, it is freedom. Exactly. She's confident in her openness, in her vulnerability. Wendy, this card is so right for me this week. Had to go to see if a tumor was benign or not, and it was benign and don't need biopsy or surgery. So the star really sums up this week. You just took me on an emotional roller coaster in one little YouTube comment, Wendy. I'm really glad things turned out okay. I was like, oh no. And then, oh phew. Okay. Anyway, I'm really glad things turned out all right there. I've been there. Okay, destiny and immortality. Neem, someone recently said that they always remind people that the star comes after the tower, the hope. Oh yes, in readings, I feel like you have to tell people like this is not the end of the journey, right? Things will get better. She is confident in her nakedness. She has strength and courage without shame, says Gracia. White Tree Tarot, our bodies are made of the remnants of stars and massive explosions in the galaxy. We are made of stardust. It's good to be reminded of this sometimes. I am made of stardust. I feel very magical right now. Are we doing symbolism now? We are just about ready to. You know, if you want to dive in, I'm going to show this card. I wanted to get through these comments. There's still so many. And then I'm going to pull the card up close, Simon. Are you ready with your book? You're so good with that. Rochelle, think about it also as the star comes directly after the tower, which is coming out of old traditions, come crumbling down in order for the ascension to happen. Jonathan, the star represents a fresh start. The word start has star within it. The first step on this fresh start is reflecting. Star looks pensively into the pond as she pours water from her jugs. Asha, we have been tested and now it's time to come outside of our shell and not being shy and observing it's time to stand in the center. Becca says it always looks like such a private moment for her. So do you feel sometimes when you're looking at this, do you feel like you're peeking in on something that maybe we're not meant to see? Interesting. She just said Bondstone. I did not say Bondstone. I would not have done that, Shay. Okay, there's a, and if I did, I deny it. I go from Bruxa to Bruja, Bonestone to Bondstone. I can't be trusted when I am on live streaming anything or even filming for that matter. Okay, there's a place half hour from me where there's absolutely no artificial light infiltration, only the moon and stars. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. Oh my gosh. It jumped again. Chris, a ritual where the water would be poured into the earth, summoning Persephone back from the underworld. Symbolizes the end of winter and the start of spring. Did I miss the intro? Was that a two-part comment? Or maybe, okay, hopefully not. Hopefully I didn't miss it. I didn't mean to, Chris, if I did. Spiritual regeneration through deep healing, says Ginger Faye. Richard says the star is pretty big compared to the others. So this one here, right? Perhaps it has turned supernova. This may be the death of an old star, but also creating the ingredients of new things. Oh, interesting. All right, I'm going to speed up just because I'm really far behind. All right, Simon's telling us about the bird, which somebody was asking about earlier. All right, why don't I paused my chat, and you guys are probably still going, but I'm going to pull this up really, really close, and I'm going to try and do this. Again, everything's, you know what's nice about this, though, is now I see the card in the right direction. All right, let me, wait. Okay, I can do this. But isn't the focus is much better on StreamYard, I feel like. So we have that bird in the tree that somebody was asking about, which I honestly don't think I've ever seen before either. And then we have the two jugs. Hi, TK. All right, straighten out the card, Jen. See, I can't do this. I had no idea after a year and a half how used to showing the cards a certain way I was. And then let's go ahead and look at the melanated up close too. Oh, TK, hi. He's like clawing up the side of my chair and my back. So we still have that bird there, our jugs. And I mean these guys for anybody who's 12 in the chat. Okay. Okay, so Simon said, oh my God, do you see what is happening here? That's not where you belong. No, I love you, but that's not where you belong. Okay. No, you can't see it if I put it over there. All right, we'll stay there. Okay, so Simon says the bird, the long beak is indicative of, oh, I'm not going to pronounce this right, ibis, I-B-I-S, guided Noah after the end of the great flood. Let's see, what else do we have? Simon says the foot in the water, the negative side of that, not accessing our feelings. The positive, the water supports the soul. So our foot in the water means we're not, the negative side is that we're not accessing our feelings. Interesting. Or is it a reminder that we need to? Because the minute the water's involved, I think I'm all about sticking my foot in my feelings. What kind of bird is it? A phoenix? Do we know what kind of bird it is? All right, and I'm really probably behind on the chat here, so hopefully I'll get caught up. Jonathan, it is a balance between the two, between intuition and logic. Sorry, Jonathan, I'm gonna keep going just because I'm really, really running behind here. Joe, wasn't Ra sometimes having the head of an ibis? Ibis? How do you pronounce that? Somebody help me. I know. Can anyone see Pal's Tarot? Yes, sorry. Am I missing comments? I apologize if I am. I feel like I'm running really far behind in chat today, so I'm not ignoring you, but I can see you. Bison, hi to TK. Gracia says the bird is a messenger from heaven. Rochelle says Ra was a different bird. I thought, not ibis, until I see somebody's helped me with that. You're not invisible. CCAT number 17 goes to 8 Justice. We're in Libra. Yes, we are. We are very much in Libra right now, and I am a Libra. You know, that's interesting, Simon, because you also being Libra pulling that card yesterday. All right. Water to earth makes the earth fruitful and some flows right back, right? So this is like, and you do see that some of this water here in this, you know, that's pouring from her jug is pouring into the water as well there, into that little pool. So some of it's going in other directions, but we are filling this pool. So technically both jugs are somewhat contributing to this greater pool of water. I had never noticed that either. Ibis. Thank you, Richard. Thank you so much. Now I won't have to struggle. Okay. Casually throw one's cat across the room. I set him down gently. Come on. Emily says, I think 1 foot in the water shows the connection to intuition, and 1 foot out shows groundedness and practicality. That's often how oh, you guys all helped me. Thank you, Stephen and Simon and Richard. I appreciate it. Thoth or Thoth or Thoth or Toth, we're not even going to get into that, was an ibis head. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm really, so if you said anything that you'd really like me to take note of, please bring it back, Pell's Tarot 10. I am so sorry. Simon says, I have the Twilight Zone theme tune playing in my mind now. Do 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 do. Is that the right one? This was supposed to be ha ha, Stephen. Oh no. We have a Libra rising in Joe. Rochelle Amethyst Ascension says, very receptive energy. I would say also because both earth and water are the feminine elements. Elizabeth asks, isn't this card connected to the sign Aquarius? Ooh, Libra, Aquarius. Which one? Both are air signs, which always confuses me with Aquarius. I was like, that sounds like it should be a water sign. Trying to make it harder than it is. Jonathan, the 8 stars shown in it, 7 smaller stars are indicative of the 7 rays, and the 8th is God themselves. The 7 rays correspond with will, wisdom, love, purity, science, peace, and freedom. Asha, that makes me think about working through our emotions, balance, grounding, and being honest to ourselves, and messages coming from our ancestors and pointing us to a new direction with new hope. That's really beautiful. I like that. The star card is also connected with Aquarius. Rochelle is confirming. Pal's Tarot 10. Does anyone think it odd to pour water into water? I mean, maybe that's how the pool is getting filled with, maybe it hasn't rained in a really long time. She's replenishing, perhaps. See, I saw a comment. All right. Okay, it's Aquarius. Okay, so where did the Libra come in? See, I don't know my astrological correspondences. I'm sure you've figured that out by now, but Joe, the wish for a utopian world. Aquarius are not of this world. Okay, I'm going to scroll really back here really quick, make sure I didn't miss anything anything that I missed that I didn't realize about. I'm sure it was profound. But okay. Oh, Shane's got a comment for us. I always love it when Shane pipes up. Sorry. Proud of my kid. What can I say? The one picture behind her feels like it pours some attention and responsibilities elsewhere, and it is a small portion of what we must. However, the picture before her is our passions, hopes, and dreams. Let me read that again because I feel like I know what the word is. Okay, so the one picture behind her feels like it pours some attention and responsibilities elsewhere, and a small portion of what we must do. However, the picture before her is our passions, hopes, and dreams. So is it kind of like the practical versus the passions, right? The responsibilities in life versus the things that we feel more emotional and strongly about? Am I getting that right, Shane? The right intent there? Sue asks, where did she fill the jugs from? The pool, tears, rain, the nearby well that we can't see? I don't know. Okay, so Emily says Libra new moon on the 16th is it a new moon on Friday too? I like that. With Mercury and Mars in retrograde and planets forming a T-square, potentially difficult news and information on the way. Oh, I don't like that. So the star could be our message to stay positive or as positive as possible. Okay, I'm glad I figured out. All right, one of the things that I haven't done in a couple weeks is read from the Melanated book, which I think is so good, as Elle pointed out to me. let me drop this one and I'll just show the melanated here for a minute. I want to read what this says. Oh, definitely Aquarius. It's highlighted in bold for me. So the star card represents the astrological sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is associated with logic, raw intelligence, facts, healing, and universal love. This is the calm after the storm when you have been stripped of everything that kept you from keeping it all the way real about who you are and what you want. Ooh, we talked about that vulnerability and nakedness, but that's a way to put it kind of all together. You see that giant star? This is the desire the hermit was focused on, the truth of his soul. See, we got a little bit of hermit in here for you, Simon. You see the water being poured into the two pools. This is the water of the temperance card, except now instead of trying to force your negative emotions and experiences upwards into positivity, you've learned how to completely separate the two. You're focused on pouring only into what brings you peace, and you release the stuff you don't want without paying it any mind or heart. The relationships justice brought you in order to balance your scales have served their purpose. Now you know who you is, and know who you ain't. I love that. Oh, I love that so much. All right. Jonathan, the pouring of water on land and in the pond is symbolic of even distribution and equality. The pond is our subconscious and the land is our consciousness. She's nurturing both sides. Pal's tarot tent says it pours the waters of the Nile on each and every scale. How eagerly she seems to grin and welcomes little fishes in with open, smiling jaws. Open, smiling jaws? Where do you see that? Or where did you read that? Asha, oh, you purchased, the melanated tarot? Isn't it great? So good. Hi, Justin. It's nice to see you in here. Emily says, I think it's so related to the hermit. This person is doing similar work, just in a different part of the journey. Yes. So we were really all in sync today, weren't we? All right. Are we about ready for some alternate cards and answering some questions? All right. Let me set those right there. Okay. As I do every week, I randomly select 5 decks from my collection. And I rotate through them until I use them all, and then we start all over again. But as I bring new decks into my collection, they do come into rotation. And it just so happened that I was down to sort of the last few decks in my collection. And so the Bone Stone, for, I can't remember who was asking, is making an appearance, which is actually my first alternative deck this week. As you know, the Bone Stone and I have been through a journey. I feel very much pronounced Bruja, not Bruxa. This is like the epitome of the star in so many ways for me, you guys. All right, let's get, and this star, oh, it is fantastic. I had to put this in order because I actually started working with this week. So, all right, here we go. Our Bone Stone star. I'm going to pull it up close so you can all take a nice, good look at this gorgeous card. If I can figure out how to do it again. I didn't notice that eagle coming out of his chest before. Oh, look at the feathers flying, bursting forth like that. Oh, so dang pretty. All right. Let's see what you guys were saying here as I was pulling this card. Neem said Cambriel is the angelic archangel, correspondence for the star. Cambriel, as the water carrier, I also bring with me Ariel and air, breath of life, as well as Uriel, ruler of Uranus and fire. Together, we combine these 3 vital elements in support of your ideals and aspirations. Ooh, that's pretty. Don't even worry about the spelling, Asha. I can usually fill in the blanks. I saw that you posted that, Emily, your walkthrough. I'm gonna give it a watch. So for those of you who don't know, Emily's Tarot Magic used to be in here as Emily CF Diamond. I don't remember the middle part. I just remember the first and last. And she started a new tarot channel, so we might want to give her a little love. Chris says, "Ooh, I think the Bone Stone star was based on Chase 2 Owls, wasn't it?" So I have the book. Oh, this monster of a book handy. Did you say Bruxa too? Oh, I don't feel so bad, Simon. Stunning, says Stephanie. The only one who I can watch show this deck without or close to somewhat controlled envy. Thank you, Neem. I'm so sorry. I know this is tough for some people to see who weren't able to get it. I was going to be in the same boat. I totally thought. She simply must do a second run on this deck. I know. Okay, we could go into the Bonestone chat forever, couldn't we? Emily said, I said this in my walkthrough, but it is reminiscent of the Philarkos Tarot Tower card, except different directions. But it's that energy moving through the figure. Yes, I totally see what you mean. That's one of my favorite cards in that deck. It's such a bold star, says Susie. Oh, JCF Diamond. Oh, it's really close. It's very tribal looking, says Pal's Tarot 10. Yeah, it's funny, Simon. Okay, me and the shower and tarot, it's just a thing. But I was literally in the shower and I was like, it's Bruja, like it's just out of the clear blue sky. And then I watched Jennifer Ball do her unboxing of the Bonestone, and she said it, and I was like, I knew it. She said Bruja. Anyway, it's a witchy term, right? This, Justin Michael, this is the much talked about Bonestone and Earthflesh Tarot. Yes. Is the X in Bruja meant to be inclusive? Asked Oak Mama. I'm not sure. All right, but I want to talk about the star a little bit more. So somebody asked me, what did you ask me? Okay, Bruja means witch in Spanish. Okay, thank you, Neem. I thought that's what it was. I thought it was a different name for witch, which again, it should have occurred to me, but I was very overwhelmed at the time. That's my excuse. So, all right, let me get the book. And there's so much stuff in this book, but I just thought if I could read a little bit about the artwork here. So there was a great purging of the landscape. Fires raged and floods followed soon after to cool the endless heat left by the scorching fires. The landscape was unrecognizable. Everything was decimated, burned, and drowned. So we're thinking that tower moment, right? It was gone, all of it. All the beauty, the safety, the little comforts that come from putting down roots. All of it gone. Loved ones, family members gone. The devastation was total. With the sudden loss of his parents, oh my gosh. Oh wait, this is really long. And the disappearance of his eagle. So, this is what you were saying about the two eagles. Two eagles were thrust into the role of leader, a role he had always feared. His youth and inexperience churned the waters of doubt in his heart. However, there was no one else. So, sacred warrior of the lost tribe. Let's see. The two eagles knew that higher ground. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is a great story, but I definitely can't read it all, or we'd be really, really far behind. But I really want to dive more into this book. But does this bring about any other sort of feelings? Like, to me, this energy is so powerful. This is such a soft, kind of gentle energy, and this feels much more extreme, I guess, or more kind of letting loose. And maybe it's that vulnerability really being kind of exposed, but revealing power, right? Something like that. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jackie. Okay, Jonathan said, oh, you were talking about being able to see the cards. Oh, the star makes me feel so free, said T-Cat. It is like the star energy is manifested as bombing your fears and scars and healing the soul. Kristen says explosive, orgasmic, right? It does really seem to have that kind of energy, doesn't it? Breaking free, said Rochelle. Yes. Feels transformative, says Drop of Golden Tarot. Explosive, says Pamela. Susie, reminds me of Highlander, the movie, The Quickening. I don't think I've seen that. Emily says it's a beautiful deck. It was worth it. Receptive state, says CCAT. Ooh, that's an interesting way to look at this, as being receptive versus putting something out there. The light comes from within in this card, says Saskia. Yes, yes, yes. So let's answer our first question using this beautiful card. And this one was from Simon. How can we prepare ourselves with new changes coming? So while you're answering that, I'll read the few more comments that have come in here. Stephanie says, it feels like he is sharing his hope and healing energy to others. Yes, it does. It's like he's putting that out into the world. Chris says, I do always love when we see the positive energy coming from within us, as opposed to being some faraway cosmic entity. So I love this star card. We need to be the star for ourselves and our loved ones. Yeah, we need to be that ray of hope, right? That guiding light for the people that depend on us, or that we want to be able to be there for. Oh, I love that. Stephen, feels like what inspiration of a guiding star would feel like. The light comes from within, says Ginger. Yes, yes, yes. Alana, I see this figure opening themselves up and happily and freely accepting all that the universe has to give. Emily, I do see the liberation and emancipation. Absolutely, says Rochelle, to something. Emily, it also reminds me of what happens to Spike at the end of BTVS. He becomes the conduit that destroys the Hellmouth and saves the world ultimately. BTVS. All right, so Jonathan's answering Simon's question. You must lead with your heart and be the light for others, right? So how can we prepare ourselves with new changes coming, right? Allow ourselves to be that guiding light for others. Be the star. So not even just look to the star, but be the star. Ooh, I love that. The star to me is finding the silver lining in all things. Yes, Rochelle. Alana, by opening ourselves up and by freely and happily accepting. Oh, you were clarifying your previous. I think I got that though, yeah? Oh, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Spike. Okay. Oh, it's been a while since I watched that. Ooh, that's a good nostalgic thing, isn't it? BT. I should have known that. So how can we prepare ourselves with new changes coming? So Simon, do you, if you're still around, do you still have any thoughts on that? Okay, Chris said, oh, thank you for whoever clicked that. Prepare ourselves for changes by realizing that no matter what shit life throws at us, our inner light won't be extinguished. We need to believe in ourselves and those around us too. Yes, Chris. Neem says this card is so energetic. With all that energy bursting through, the person does not look unstable. Very welcoming. Yes. Let your lights shine. Yes. It looks like he's taking a hit from the yellow light of the hungry ghosts. Like in Pac-Man? I don't know. All right. How can you forget Spike? He turned out to be, I know. I didn't forget Spike. I just didn't put it all together. All right. Any other thoughts on this before we move on to our next card and I stop torturing Neem and anyone else with the Bone Stone and Earthflash tarot card here? All right. I'm going to move on. Take a sip of coffee. And the next one that I have, the Book of the Dead. Oh, okay. No, I haven't read that or seen it. Emily said, I think it is about being the light and allowing what will be to be, but to shine our lights, to not be afraid to be authentic and to care for others, to care for ourselves in the face of adversity. Neem singing, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I mean, who didn't sing that when they were 5? I guess for some people, maybe they're not old enough to know that song. But Simon said, yes, for me, it is to stay focused on our goals and not be overwhelmed by the negativity. We can be what we want to be and manifest our dreams. Yeah, really carrying that message through from yesterday that you had, Simon. Whenever someone says Spike, I just think of Simon and his childhood alter ego, right? Back in his band days. Okay, kicky, kicky, pin, pin. All right, let's get the star. So this next deck that I have, does anybody know what this is just from the backs? Oh, with my fingerprints. This is not a highly talked about deck from what I can tell. This is going to be an interesting, different take on this. This is another one I've been working with this week. So this is from the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum, which I only just really recently looked all the way through. And this has got a real different take. So this deck tends to have kind of this modern twist. Ooh, okay, I can figure out how to do this. But I find this to be very interesting. Now, what is that that's in the water there? Like, what is that? That green thing. There's a boat. Just laying there. What do you think of this card? What did you see when I held that up? I know we did expose our age. Okay, let's see. A cup? Is it a... Oh, yeah, it's a cup. Thank you. My tired old lady eyes. Now that I've exposed my age. Oh, yeah, so it's like she's dipping her cup into the water. Focus again. There we go. In this case, does it seem like she's, rather than pouring into the water, like she's taking water and filling her cup with it? Okay. All right. So you guys all have much better eyes than I do. One of these days, I'm really going to have to pull out my glasses for this. And I'm resisting. I am resisting. Kiana, hi Kiana. It looks very much like that positive energy within, or positive energy within. Hope, peace, and optimism is being sent forth out into the world. Oh, was that back on this one? I'm guessing that was that one. Is it a cup she's holding? Yes, you guys are all good. She's scooping a cup of water. Okay, you guys are all much quicker on the uptake than me. Shane, she has her hand on her little green cup and it's scooping out, pouring out stardust. Oh, that's sweet. I like that. It's spilling out its contents and merging with the water. All right, that's a different way of looking at it. Okay, maybe she's Four of Swords. She does look tired, doesn't she? By being balanced emotionally and grounded, we can better assist others. So was that kind of an answer to Simon's question, Ginger? Alana, I see this image as one of surrender. Gathering strength, says Asha. The stars on her coat. Oh, see, I didn't even hardly notice that, but you're right. Oh, she does have stars. So we have stars in the sky and the stars. Is she shipwrecked? Maybe that's what happened with the boat. So maybe the tower, I don't know what the tower is in this card or in this deck, but yeah, I'm just wondering if she's shipwrecked. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I see that as a, nope, this side, as a boat, Chris. Filling her cup kind of makes me think she's collecting some spoon energy. Yes, Elle. And for those who don't know, I was actually educated on this, but a lot of those who struggle with mental health issues refer to spoons as being the things that they can kind of give and take as energy, right? And so Elle, correct me if I'm explaining this wrong, but it's like you only have so many spoons you can give throughout the day, and some things take more spoons from you than other, whether it's to do certain life activities or whether it's to engage with certain people. So whether it's physically, emotionally, all of that stuff. And when you're out of spoons, like you're done, right? But then also there are those opportunities for people to give spoons back. So yeah, maybe this is like refilling her spoon energy. Jonathan says, if you ever get the chance to really see the night sky lit with stars, it gives an amazing feeling. You automatically feel small and also connected to the universe. Yes. Okay. Bye, Wendy. In case you're already gone. Sorry if I missed you. Neem, she looks parched. There's a boat in water. How did she get to this point? Exactly. Stephanie says, I feel like she needs that water to survive. Patrice asks, is she still on the ground after being thrown from the tower? Yeah, so maybe this is that moment where she's down, she's been through it, and she's getting ready to kind of fill this cup and start to pick herself back up. Topping up her energy, said Jackie. Yes, it speaks to me of deep rest and gathering strength, said Emily. Jonathan, the starry night sky is a psychological symbol for flickering consciousness with the vast darkness of the unconscious. Hi, Sean. Asha says she has been through a storm and now she's gathering strength to walk and have a new hope. Exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking. Oh, Kristen, is that term used as well for chronic physical ailments? That totally makes sense. Oh, and Elle confirmed. Thank you. Thank you for confirming the physical side of that. I'd only really heard of that in terms of mental struggles. So thank you for that. Oak Mama, looks like she's dipping into the cosmos. T-Cat, this is such a beautiful card. I see surrendering and introspection in this. It's like her deep thoughts are a reflection of the sky and projected back to her feelings to the water. Oh, that's really beautiful. Called the spoon theory. Thank you, Elle. Drop of golden tarot. But at least she's on land, and rather than make the clothes and the stars. I'm sorry. That one I couldn't quite fix that for myself. She's definitely in a liminal space, a Ginger. Oak Mama, I love the star coat. Yeah, this is really beautiful. And to be honest, I think if I would have pulled this on my own without all of you, I'm not sure I would have picked up all those different varied meanings. So this is why I love Playdate. All right, let's answer Emily's question, which is, how can we move through this week with care and consideration for others around us? Ooh, let's talk about those spoons, shall we? Neem said, okay, this is the person in the RWS star card. Before, she was energized enough to pour back into the earth. Literally my unformulated thought. Oh, interesting. Barbara Sharp. Hi. She is replenishing herself. The boat is her refuge, her hope. So maybe when she gets the energy, she's getting in that boat and she's rowing away, right? Could we see the tower? All right, if that'll help give some context, it is in order. I don't know if it's the same person, but this is the Tower in the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. So yeah, maybe she's landed after being thrown from that tower. Okay, let me put that back. Read your thoughts. Answers to questions. Oh, drop a golden tarot. Oh, rather than being naked. Okay. Yes, the spoons are so relevant for this question. The idea that we don't know what battle others are fighting. Very true. Something we always really need to try hard to keep in mind. Jonathan, be mindful of how many spoons you're demanding of others and make sure they have enough spoons for the things you want for them. So to kind of answer the question, how can we move through this week with care and consideration for others around us? Sue likes the deck. Kristen says, how to care for others. Give from overflow of your cup. Care for yourself that you can give to others. That's so important, right? Making sure that we're taking care of ourselves so that we are able to care for others, right? So we need to make sure we're nourished enough so that we have the spoons to give. Because if we give people our last remaining spoons, then we're laying on the ground, hoping for that sort of last vestige that we can scoop up, right? Emily, I honestly think we have to be so mindful that we don't know what others are going through always, but more than ever now, especially as we move into autumn, winter in the Northern Hemisphere anyway. Yes, we have to have that overflow. That's good. Any other thoughts on that before we move on to our next card? We're moving along pretty well here today. Alana says, no two journeys are the same. Being mindful and respectful of others who are at different stages of their journeys. Having patience with one another. Yes. Rochelle says, sorry, I was laughing because Jonathan's like, can I feed my fur babies? They're demanding. Boy, do I know it. Rochelle, I always say try to see beyond ourselves and mindful of others' perspectives for compassion. Yes. And it can be hard, especially when we feel like whatever those people are projecting outward, sometimes it's difficult to understand. And sometimes it's really hard to stop and take that moment of reflection to think about where that might be coming from and why those things are being said or being done or whatnot. L, use your spoons for good. Do the work, do your research. Educate yourself to be the best advocate, anchor, and carer you can be for the people you love. You know, this is very appropriate too, because yesterday was Mental Health Awareness Day, which I frankly think it should be every day. And it's really taking that, and again, I am talking about mental health only because that was just yesterday that was the awareness day for that, but really recognizing that we need to be understanding, we need to be educated so that we can provide the best support and care. So thank you for bringing that up, Elle. C-Cat says we should control our mind, right? Oak Mama says she has a serenity about her too. Kindness and compassion is paramount. Yes, Emily. Chris, when I first saw this card, I thought she looks like she's lazing about. In answer to the question, I think I need to not judge by appearance. Never know what people have been through. That's a great way to kind of look at this. So you had a first impression of this card and you thought, well, she looks lazy, when in actuality, she was just thrown from a tower. You know, that's a very good way to twist that and look at that. I love that. All right. That's a perfect segue. All right. I have another deck that I know has been very, very popular lately, and I have not even looked through it yet. So we are going to get a first look at one of these cards. I'm sure quite a few of you probably have this already, but this is the Tarot of the Divine. And I have the little book, and I do have the big book too, in case there's something that we need to dive into, because I may not be familiar with a lot of these stories. Okay. Death, Temperance, Devil, Tower, the Star. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh. All right, loving this. All right, let me get that there. I have to say my new setup does allow me to stay a bit more organized. Okay, here is our star from Tarot of the Divine, and I'm going to pull it up close so you can see it. Hopefully, okay, Jen, everything is this. Okay, look there. There we go. So we kind of have our big stars surrounded by our smaller stars like we do in the original RWS. That little lamb is just killing me. It's so freaking cute. So cute. She's got her toe and her hair dipping into the water there. Oh, is it a goat? I thought it was a lamb. Dang it. You can't trust anything I say here, apparently. All right. Don't judge people thrown from the towers as lazy, says Kristen. Emily had said on the last card, and turning the mirror on ourselves to see where we can sometimes jump to these thoughts is so helpful too. Yes, Chris really highlighted that well. All right, so Chris wants to know what story this corresponds to, and I will tell you. I know everybody's like, what's the story? What's the story? Shane wants to see the animal because he knows his animals. It's so cute. Whatever it is darn cute. Okay, so the story that this is associated with is one I haven't heard of. Sister, oh no, Elyanushka and brother Ivanushka, which is a Russian fairy tale. Let's see. And as we know, this little, well, you may not know this, but this little book just gives like keywords and stuff. And a lot of people refer to the storybook that came with it, Beneath the Moon, that has all of the stories. So is it a baby goat? A goat kid? I do not. Oh, I was like, I thought I opened right to it and I was going to feel really excited about that. Okay, so the story. All right, not there. Oh gosh. Okay, I heard it was hard to find the stories in the book. Oh, there it is. Almost at the end. Page 151. See what you guys think. Any first impressions when you see this card? Like what instinctual meaning do you take from this? Or intuitive meaning would be probably a better word. So this is about an orphan girl who lived with her young brother, still too young to work. And he would follow his sister to her job on the other side of the forest. Oh, he did get turned into, her brother got thirsty, drank from this pool, got turned into a little white goat, which had been a witch's trick. Oh, I won't read the whole story, but I'm guessing. Okay, so there is a happy ending to this. and the little boy, her little brother, does manage to get turned back from a goat into a human boy. So maybe sort of the meaning behind all of that is maintaining that hope, and she's still holding on to her little brother who is a goat. I'm trying to give you the Cliff's Notes version so that we're not here forever. But it looks like maybe somebody in the chat here knows what's going on. So let me get caught up here. So Marina says that is Ivanushka, brother of the girl in the picture. Kiana says, looks like a lamb, which can symbolize gentleness, innocence, and purity. By Pal's Tarot Tent. Yeah, Marina does seem to know her stuff. Sometimes in these stories, brothers get enchanted and the sister has to go through trials. It's always the women. Okay, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't generalize. Yeah, the star is beautiful and bright in this for sure. This is our famous fairy tale, and we have a famous painting. So, oh, are you from Russia then, Marina? That's really cool. Thank you for sharing that. Sorry, did not retain the name of the deck. This is the Tarot of the Divine. This one here, it's a mass market. It's available like on all your mass market sites. Wishing and wishing. She believes that change can happen, says Neem. Oh, am I missing something? Does Alana need a bit of love? I'm sorry if I missed why, but I'm sending you some love. Shane, to the tune of reindeers are better than people from Frozen, goats are better than brothers. Elle, wouldn't you say that's true? I don't know the tune well enough. I've only seen the movie one time. Oh, I got the point. Oh, good. Always a sister has to save little brother. Yes, I'm from Moscow, but I live in Germany now. Well, see, we have an expert on the Russian fairy tales here, which I very much appreciate. All right, so given that, this should be a really interesting twist. If we think about kind of the context, I'm having issues again organizing. I just said I was more organized. So given the context of kind of what the little bit that we know about this story, from Ginger Faye, we have what magical energy will come this week? Ooh, how would you answer that with this particular card? What magical energy will come this week? That almost makes me feel like, based on this, the bit of the story that I just read, that the magical energy may come in two forms. At first, it might not be so nice, but just if you stay hopeful and hold on and believe in the best and look for the opportunities, then the positive magical energy will follow, right? So it's about staying the course. And again, kind of like Simon was bringing up earlier, right? It's continuing to believe even when it seems like all might be lost. What do you guys think? T-Cat, that's a darn cute little goat. Being the sister, I might hope that he may never return back to human. That is horrible. Karma's a thing. Come on now. Elle says metamorphism, transformation of the self, finding your truth. Any other thoughts on how we might answer this question? Have I stumped you all? Actually, has Ginger Faye stumped you all? What do you think? I'm giving you a second. We're still here, right? There you go. I knew you guys had it in you. Justin, makes me think of astrology. Maybe it's about Neptune in retrograde. That has a magical quality for most because the veil gets lifted. Your normal delusions are shattered. Ooh, love that, Justin. Emily says, this feels so magical. I do feel that she has a connection to the divine and it's really powerful. Perhaps she is the medium who has to deliver the message to the world and they aren't easy. Chris, the question is, what magical energy will come this week? And, if I just think about the star in general, it's like the magical energy, I keep kind of thinking back to this card, right? And kind of that sharing forth of energy and the caring. And I feel like this card really embodies that as well. It's that caring for others and being able to share whatever magic we might have, spoons, however we want to look at it, with those around us. And sometimes to me, that can be the most magical. When we can share of ourselves and give to others, then that to me often feels magical. But let's see what you guys think. The magic of transformation, says Jonathan. Oak Mama, the brother ends up saving her in the end too. Very sweet. Interconnectedness and love. Ooh, I love that. Emily, she is the conduit of love and lessons to be learned. Shane says, I think this is a great card. The magic coming to us this week is one of transformation, as is the star. I love that you guys are all going to this transformation place. That's very cool. Rochelle, the ability to overcome by remaining positive and hopeful and being the change that we wish to see in the world. Yes, be the change you wish to see in the world. I want to reiterate that. Let's see. Communication between worlds, even if we get challenged, said Asha. Chris, it's going to be healing and reparative magical energy this week. Something that's gone wrong in the past, the universe is going to repair. Ooh, great answers. Much better than mine. All right. Okay, my next deck, I have no idea, again, what to expect. This is another deck that's new to my collection that I haven't really flipped through yet. And it's one I actually intend to do a walkthrough of. This is a deck that's been around for a while. It is out of print, but it's one that I just had to have in my collection, and I had an opportunity to get it on eBay. It's the Glastonbury Tarot. And I'm going to be real honest, this is not necessarily my preferred style of artwork, but after going to Glastonbury last year, and I kind of just have it, I don't know, it just has good memories for me. So we'll see, maybe the book will bring us a little something. This is very strange packaging, I do have to say. It's kind of flimsy. But I'm happy to have this deck. I think it'll be a fun one. All right, let's see what our star looks like in here. So I'm guessing these are all kind of tales from Avalon and whatnot. Well, this is really, really simple. I have to say, I do love this Tower card. I know this is not the Tower today, but this Phoenix, I have a huge thing for the Phoenix. But our Tower or Star card, okay, that pile is ever growing behind me here. So here's our Star, which is called, they have keyword on here, keywords, the Bride's Mound. So we have, oh, sorry, you're getting a lot of reflection in this card. Looks like either a Little Dipper or Big Dipper. Dipper. I won't make that mistake again on live YouTube. So here, this looks to be, does this look like one of the is this one of the burial mounds perhaps? What do y'all see? Yeah, Kristen says, yeah, the art is flat, but it's Glastonbury. Exactly. This has, so you guys are just coming along for the ride. I want to see, oh my gosh, I missed so many comments here. So White Tree Tarot said it could start as a trial. So back answering the question about the magic for this week, but will make you stronger and everyone involved will get a bit smarter, not to drink from suspicious puddles. TCAT, magical energy, luck that seems almost fallen from the sky into your lap. This could be inspiration channeled by the divine. Ooh. And Emily said we can always transmute the energies from somewhere seemingly negative into something more cathartic, healing, and loving, and soothing. Yes, which I'm a big fan of that. All right, our manifestations are reachable, divine connection. Stephen had said a reconnection with our highest aspirations leading to renewed energy and direction. All right, what do you, Emily? I did that in the three of cups. Oh, I was mortified. Big Dipper. Big Dipper, Little Dipper. All right. Do you get anything from this card? Our special little Glastonbury card? Do I need to prod you with a little extra? The book actually has quite, I haven't looked at the book, but it seems to have quite a bit in it. Looks kind of juicy. A bride's mound is a small rounded hill sacred to the goddess, or bride's mound is a small rounded hill sacred to the goddess Bridie, patroness of fire, creativity, childbirth, and healing. Bridie, also known as Bridget, Brigid, and Brid, was a Celtic goddess recovered by blacksmiths, poets, or revered by blacksmiths, poets, doctors, and priests. She was a goddess of sovereignty, representing the spouse of the king of the land who ensures the prosperity and fertility of the kingdom. Okay, so that adds a little something to it, doesn't it? The bride's mound shines green in the starlight, the color of healing, of balance, and of creativity. The trees around the mound seem to create the effect of a magic circle. In the sky above them shines the bear. So the constellation the bear is sacred to King Arthur, whose Roman name Arturus means bear. This reveals the great strength which we all carry within ourselves and the ability to go within, to be introspective in order to know ourselves, which enables us to then have more understanding of others. Bears can be fierce, but they are also gentle with their cubs, and they represent the harness of great powers of inner strength. All right. Yeah, I do remember which card. This would be a great time for a drop. Do you not know? Tell me the book didn't add a little something to this just now. Tell me that it didn't. I challenge you. Hope pours out from the universe, says Sean. See, I kind of like how you're looking at that one, Sean. Saskia, in Dutch, we call them little and big bear. So when I see that star sign, it always reminds me of the power I have. I like the little bear, big bear versus little dipper, big dipper, and less opportunities for slips of the tongue. Longman Tarot says the pole star is above the north axis, so always in the sky in northern hemisphere. It was the guiding star. Kate, Jen, when at a powwow a few years ago, I was gifted a beautiful watch from a dancer that depicts a phoenix on the face of it. Love the phoenix and its meaning. Oh, that sounds gorgeous, Kate. Kristen, well, Bridget's flame kept eternally as a symbol of home. Hope. Oh, yes. The book can definitely stay. Drop the card. I mean, there are worse cards in this deck. There are worse cards in this deck. But yet, I still, it's like it has this special place, and I am glad I have it. All right, so speaking of Richard Longman Tarot, who I just read a comment from recently, how can we rebalance this week? How can we rebalance this week? So whether you use this card or the original to enter it, I like bear better too. Dipper's derpy. Say that 3 times fast. It is a little derpy. Little bear, big bear, forevermore for me, I think. All right. Anybody want to help Richard answer his question? How can we rebalance this week? And I think this often happens as we sort of move through our questions. It's funny how sort of the same answers often apply to each of the different questions that we have. But Richard has an answer for himself. Follow our guiding star, right? Look to the future or look to the hope that's being presented to us. Find that silver lining. Don't dwell on what's already happened. Don't look backward. You're not going that way, right? That kind of thing. Emily, interesting because Bridget's festival is in bulk and it's all about renewal and new light, which makes sense with the star, right? Let hope and faith guide you, said Kiana. Mean, calm down, don't overreact, and you will find your way. Remember who we really are, a higher being living in a temporary human experience to help bring balance. Ooh, getting deep there on us, Rochelle. I like that. Patrice, this card seems to tell us to flatten our expectations. Are you taking this literally? Oh, goodness. Hating on the Glastonbury Tarot. I mean, I get it. I get it. I tried to warn you, right? All right, how are you feeling about that, Richard? Is that all right? I best put this card down or I'm going to get, I don't know what. Okay. Alana said, by surrendering ourselves to the universe and giving up the need to be in control. I like that too. All right, last one. Another new deck to my collection, thanks to the very sweet and generous Moon Whisper. And that is the Tarot of Prague. And I did, as I said in my video, I did end up buying the book from Baba Studios, which I was so thankful was still available. So I was able to get that. And I haven't even done a full proper walkthrough of this. I'm so far behind on what I'm supposed to be doing. I like flipped through it really fast, but I need to really spend some time with this because it is gorgeous. And this is like the big card version. So you'll be able to see this really, really well. Okay, this is of course gorgeous. Oh, we got some excitement over this one. A little more excitement than the Glastonbury Tarot, perhaps. Shanti had said, perhaps we can rebalance by meditating. Always a good idea. I really need to get better with my meditation. I showed 4 out of print decks today. Did I really? The Bone Stone. Oh, I did. Oh, I'm mean. Sorry. Please don't hate me. But look, these are so gorgeous. Actually, you can still get the large format version of this, I believe, at Baba Studio. All right, look at this gorgeous. All right, our beautiful star. So, look at the stars in the water that's pouring from the jug. That is so pretty. Now this is interesting because we don't really see water at the bottom. So pretty. So tell me what you guys think. Is a life path ace, the strength and star cards are my... Oh, your life path is 8, so strength and star cards are your soul cards in the tarot. I'm a 9, so I'm a hermit and the moon. Oak Mama, rebalance through attention to both intuition and grounding. So answering Richard's question. Taken Light Moon, I ordered this earlier this week. Ooh, so way to jump on it. Look what I have and you can. I'm not doing that, Steve. But I want to, this is a wonderful way to make sure every deck in my collection that at least is RWS themed gets seen and loved, right? Alana, it takes a lot of strength to surrender and give up control, trusting in the universe to have our back. All right, so we all think this card is beautiful and stunning. Does this bring forth any different intuitive hits for you with regard to the star? I think what I really like about this one, and I guess it kind of harkens a bit back to the original, is this real relaxed, laid back. Again, it's this vulnerability, lack of self-consciousness, and just like, hey, I'm just taking care of business here. I'm just pouring my water. All is good. Like, I feel very relaxed looking at this card, which I think is often needed, again, especially if we're looking at the journey through the major arcana and going through the Tower moment, you want to feel that relaxation and that calm. Any other? Okay, you guys all went quiet on me. Hello. Okay, whoopsie. I was scrolling through just to make sure I wasn't missing comments. Robin's here. Hi, Robin. It looks like a sculpture. The stars have something to say, but it's not written in stone. Ooh, yes. Emily, she seems relaxed but still quite controlled. I think she's being proactive with her energy. She's doing her work and shining her light because she knows she can. She's in her power. L, the mirroring of the same figure. So this one back here, right? Same question mark. But one is of earth and one is of water. Natural yin-yang balance of the universe. And the figure is dipping into the energy magic of the universe. Love that. Rochelle says, I love that the person is in the front of the card, like remembering to put the hope in the forefront. Yes. Jonathan's, this deck is huge. Well, yes, it is. What's going on in the background? So you want to take a closer look. So it's almost like we have sort of a different mirrored kind of thing. So here we have another figure kind of facing away from us. And here we have, okay, wait. This is where I have to get StreamYard used. Usually I'm on the other side. But we have water coming out here and kind of going behind this particular person in the forefront. Is water flowing on or above her? I feel like it's behind. And then also there's something written on the pillar there too. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that now? I don't know if that's Latin or Italian. Not Italian, freaking Russian. Hi, Prague. Let's see if there's anything here in this beautiful book that I haven't even cracked open yet. Until now, for you guys. Somehow it makes me think of the Roman bathhouses and taking the time for self-care. Ooh, I like that. Yes, drop of golden tarot. All right, so the short, we'll see the description here. A woman sits calmly pouring water from 2 jugs. Behind her is the figure of another woman who kneels beside a fountain that has the head of a benevolent-looking lion. On a pillar in the distance, there is a strange inscription that is a palindrome and so can be read in either direction. Ooh, did anybody catch that? Serene or bored, she looks detached, said Patrice. Yeah, or maybe she's just tired. You know, kind of like our figure that we had from the frickin' Tarot of the Holy Spectrum, right? Where she was laying on the ground and a bit exhausted. And then we have, oh, okay, so here it talks, so I wonder if it tells us, oh, it does. The translation of what's on the tower, cross thyself, you plague, and vex me without need. For by my efforts you are about to reach Rome, the object of your travel. Interesting. Okay, I won't read. And it says, it may not be correct, but it was beautiful for this card. Reveal yourself in the form of sight in the sky. In vain you reach for me. I near desire. Rome, through movement, stars, suddenly love comes to you, is a different translation. Very interesting. All right. Water is flowing into a bowl. The star is floating high above the madness of what's going on below, said Val. And this one? Is Val behind? All right, we want to get our last question and then we'll grab our reversals really quick and get you your activity and then we will go on about our Sunday. Okay, how are we able to help the children with the changing world? How are we able to help the children with the changing world? So how would you answer that? And I think I'm going to go right back to it, kind of what we've said with some of these others. And, oh, the Prague Tarot is so calm and serene. Okay, Val, I'm sorry if I misunderstood your comment. But how we can help the children with the changing world? By not panicking, right? Children are very quick to pick up on stress and fear that is being, I guess, projected outwardly from the adults around them, right? Or even if they're trying to hold it in. I think children are very intuitive. So we have to really do our best to stay calm and stay grounded and find that hope and focus on where we're going and the positivity that we can bring to them, right? And so to give them the hope so that they're not entrenched in fear, I think is very important. Let's see what else you guys have to say. Emily says education. Oak Mama said it was Latin. Yeah, I think if I would have read that book a little bit more clearly, I would have figured that out. Robin says, discuss the merits of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, How I Wonder What You Are. Amethyst Ascension Rochelle says, lead by example and try to teach them how to meditate and place ourselves in a calm state of being. Susie, I don't know, heart. Bye, Jonathan. Stephen, hold space and a container for their emotions. Oh, I like that too, right? Give them a place where they can feel safe and know that they will be protected. Oh, I love that. I'm afraid of what's normal anymore. Oh no. Could it be normal for them? Are we talking about just like the way that things are now? So maybe, you know, it is a new normal. And I think we have to be prepared to accept that. Emily says it's enabling them to learn through the circumstances around them, helping them with their education in all ways possible, creativity, art, play, to understand the emotions and give them an outlet, you know, give them a way to be able to and be open to their questions. Of course, I don't know that the star is really that's just advice, right? But allowing them to express how they're feeling, you know, giving them a space where they can pour all these feelings out, and so that they're not internalizing. Any other thoughts on the children on how we can help the children in our changing world? Thoughts? Teach them the value of self-care. Yes, Oak Mama, I love that as well. Emily, for me, I need to learn how to support my kids with their phonics and maths and reading, but also being patient. I get an ebb and flow feeling. Remind ourselves that this state is temporary, that we can slow down and care for ourselves and others and find serenity. Chris said, water the earth and revitalize the spring at the same time. Put your mask on first, the kids, if something happens on a plane, right? We talked about that a little bit earlier too, right? It's that how that self-care and that self-nourishment, when we were looking at the tarot of the Holy Spectrum, you know, making sure that we have enough to be able to give a child a gold star in their work. It boosts interest, right? Encouraging them by being peaceful on the changes and showing the brighter side of things when we talk about the state of the world. Yes, TCAP. Show them the guiding star so they don't get lost, the North Star. Yes, Val. All right, so let's move quickly into reversals. Oh, I'm going to get all fancy on you guys again. Oh, no, I'm not. Not yet. I'm not going to get fancy. Bye, Sage Advice Tarot. All right, so if you read reversals, or if you don't and you see this card in a challenged or block position in a spread, how would you interpret the star reversed or its energy blocked? Oh, Kiana is ready for me today. Reversals: feeling alone without the support you need, disappointment, despair, arrogance, pride, loss, doubt, denial of truth, illusions, feeling the need to hide something about yourself, right? So not expressing that vulnerability or feeling like we can be open. Bye, Rochelle. Thank you so much for coming. John had said earlier too, the star using and caring for the water as we should for the environment for the next generation. Ooh, yes. Emily said, I would love it if my kids would meditate. Good luck. More on reversals from Kiana here. Low self-esteem, loss of innocence, losing touch with intuition. Bye, Sue. Oh, you guys are dropping like flies. Feeling lost in the world, feeling disconnected, pessimism, false hope, fear, loss of divine connection. Right. And to me, I like that term false hope, right? Because it's still expressing the energy of the card, but in not quite the right way. That's a very interesting way to look at that one. Chris, so caught up in the relief of the positive star energy that we block ourselves from going on to face the moon energy that comes next, which is a necessary step on the path to enlightenment. Right. And maybe that's again where that false hope concept is coming in. It's, you know, just like we can't get stuck at any point in life. We can't stay where we're happy. We don't want to stay where we're in pain. We got to keep moving through it. And yeah, not getting a little too complacent or fearful of moving on to that next step. Gracia, pouring all your energy water to something that is not nourishing and good for you, right? And then it's just going to rain down on you and you're going to be all wet, right? To look at it literally. I love those interpretations. I don't want to keep you too much longer, so I'm going to send you away with an activity. So hang on. Oh, now I'm going to get fancy on you. Look, tarot activity. Sorry, I'm playing with StreamYard. All right, this week's alternate activity for the star. We've been definitely having a run of kind of majors lately, haven't we? All right, this one. This one is just like a feel-good kind of activity. Is called Wish Upon a Star. Look up at the sky and focus on a star while you shuffle your deck and make a wish. Tap into your inner dandelion-blowing-child-self to do this. If you can't see the stars, imagine one. Draw a card. What does that card have to say about the wish you made? Now, I understand that the star is not necessarily the wish card, but it is about finding that hope, right? And looking to the future and moving forward and kind of those things that Simon was talking about earlier as well. So that's it. Shuffle your deck, make a wish, look up at the stars if you can, or imagine that they're there, and let me know what you think. And of course, if you want to bring more star cards into the Tarot Playdate Facebook group, I would love to see them. Also, just a quick note, there is going to be a special live event here on my channel on Friday, this coming Friday on the 16th, just right around the same time that we do Tarot Playdate, but it's going to be a little bit earlier. It's going to be at 10 a.m. Pacific, and that will be 1 p.m. Eastern time in the US. That will be 6 p.m. over in the UK. We are going to do a Balanced Hermit birthday bash because Simon's birthday is on Thursday and mine is on Friday. So he is going to join me here on my channel, and we are going to play some birthday games that I think our kids, Elle and Shane, are going to be leading from the chat. So hopefully it'll be another fun interactive event. Thank you, Simon, for joining me for a little birthday party here. So I have the day off work, so we could do this. Anyway, so hopefully we'll see some of you there, and let me know what happens with the star for you this week. So bring your stories to the Facebook group or be prepared to tell us next week. I hope you all have a wonderful week full of hope and magic. And thank you once again for a fabulous play date. And I will see you all next week. No, I will see hopefully all of you on Friday. All right, lots and lots of love. Thank you, everyone. And we did not crash today. The StreamYard thing is working. Okay. I left the studio, but I didn't end the broadcast. So now for real, I'm ending the broadcast. I can do this. I can do this.